Hey guys, if you're having some trouble getting your scissor sweeps, if you got somebody in your guard and you're trying to get them to sweep and they seem to either A, step out, or they just never seem to go over, well today I have that answer for you guys. I'm going to show you guys a few things I got from Professor Machado and a few things I figured out over the years of training that really made getting scissor sweeps work for me and make it better. So today's video is coming at you from Epic Roll. I got this from my BJJ box, and this is again Professor JD Olsen. You are here at the Martial Arts Limited YouTube channel, and this is at, of course, Keishidojo Martial Arts Academy right here in Sumter, South Carolina. I got my Mr. Garrett coming in to help me out, and so what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys a few scissor sweep secrets to help you get your sweep better. So let's go ahead and look at the basic scissor sweep first. So I reach in, I grab, I turn, and I sweep. All right? Right, by the other side, come in, I grab, and I sweep. All right, let's talk about, first things first, grips. All right, where do you grip? Well, depending on what he's doing, is going to be a part of where I grip. All right, if his hands were just on my gi top, I might grip his sleeves. Okay, if I pull his hands up, release my feet, turn sideways, I can turn the wheel while I sweep. I can do that, and that does work. Okay. But if he's go ahead and he's holding my biceps like he's doing, then grabbing that's not going to work. So I'm going to grab tricep material on one side. My other hand's going to come in underneath, and I'm going to grab his lapel right here pretty high. I want it where my knuckles are going to be able to punch him in the shoulder muscle. Okay, this is one of the things Professor Carlos has been talking about for about the last couple of years, and it's really helped my scissor sweeps. All right, so from there, foot down, I'm going to rotate my body, shin to stomach. And now I kind of crunch my body, and then I punch. And that's where I can get my sweep. For whatever reason, you're across the collar. That's doable, but it's probably my least favorite. This is going to be like number 3 for me. So I turn, and I'm going to have to pull a little bit, and then sweep. Still doable, but you're going to notice a little bit more difficult. If for whatever reason you forgot, or maybe you weren't thinking about gi training, or maybe you're doing no gi, then your hand's going to grab the back of the neck. Other than that, same concept. So we talked about grips. Now let's talk about our hips and our legs. All right, if I want to move, I do not want to shrimp out, okay, for a good sweep. My butt is lined up with this knee, you're going to have a lot of trouble, okay? I want my butt to stay where it's at, and I need to move my upper body. So the best way to describe this is I put my foot right here by his knee, and I'm going to roll onto my shoulder. Okay? My butt stayed in the same line. My knee comes to his belly button, and my hand is already holding his sleeve. And so from here, I just kind of sweep my legs. Okay? Butt stays center. Don't scoot your butt out. And then finally, let's talk about leg position. All right? This is the last thing that messes people up. Okay, when I turn, I do not want my shin to come all the way through. All right? It's a possibility, but it's not my ideal position. All right? We're trying to talk ideal position first, and we'll get into other stuff later. I want my knee pretty much center of his belly button. And then this leg on the ground, but my heel is slightly off the mat. Okay, not flat, slightly off the ground. Okay, so now when I got him in my position, I'm here. So if my leg was flat, step over my leg. He can step right over it. All right, go back. Now, if I simply pick my heel up, step over my leg. It's a little bit more difficult for him. And this is with me not moving. So now when I'm here, okay, when he decides he wants to move, I can get the sweep. Notice I'm kind of hooking his leg a little bit, so I'm not just laying there doing nothing. So now, what we're going to talk about is a couple little tweaks you can make to your sweeps to make them better. All right, the first one I got from Professor Carlos, and he calls it the shake and bake. And this is probably my favorite modifier to the scissor sweep number 1 that really makes it easy to get. So again, all I'm going to do is I'm going to pick one side. So I'm going to sweep again towards this side. So I'm going to sweep to my right or his left. And so I grab his tricep, holding his arm to my wrist. Holding his arm to my bicep, sorry. And I'm going to grab his collar, same side. It doesn't affect him from holding my bicep. If he's holding my bicep, I just swim to the inside, not really worried about it, and I grab right there. From here, I put my leg down, I roll on that shoulder, and I get my shin to his stomach. At this point, this leg is going to shake and bake. It's going to shake around, and it's going to wiggle itself underneath his knee, which is, when I sweep, he's going to fall right over. So I go like so. Okay, hence the name shake and bake. I just kind of vibrate or shake my leg, and it takes out his leg. So on the inside, grab, here, rotate, and he goes right over. It's really easy. All right, that's my shake and bake. Second variable is going to be what we call the crunch and punch. Okay, again, this is the Professor Carlos little detail that really works. So I grab here, hand comes in, grabs here. Now, feet, every time is the same. I don't want to pull them down too early because I can't slide my leg in there. So I want to actually push it back a little bit. I get my knee to his belly button or shin to stomach, as some people will say. And now I'm going to crunch my body, and now I'm going to punch my body. Crunch and punch. Crunch pulls in, punch explodes. Come to the inside, I grab, I'm still holding his elbow or his tricep. Here, foot on the mat, I rotate to my side, crunch, punch, and I take position. Finally, we got one last little tidbit. Okay? And this is probably the most important one, honestly. So you got that guy that you just can't sweep. He is just making your life utterly miserable. You're like here, he's sitting back, you're like, you're gonna do it. All right, so what I want you to do, you're gonna let this hand slide to his wrist a little bit. You're gonna sit up, and this hand is gonna grab his back. Whatever you can get on his back is gonna work really good. The closer to the belt you can get, the better. All right, and from there I'm gonna lay back and then sweep. So I'm here, come to the inside, I'm grabbing this collar, releasing my feet, turning to my side, and I haven't been successful. So I slide, get on my elbow, still holding his arm, I didn't give that up. This hand, all it does is slide off of his collar to grab whatever I can grab. Like I got his belt this time. Now, as I pull back, I'm loading him up, look at that. And then I dump him. Okay? Or the back grab and sweep. So I'm going to do these without talking so you can kind of just see them in action. So here I am. If I'm here, shake and bake, crunch, punch, and I come in, set up, I can't, come up on their back, and I pull. Try to do your scissor sweeps. If you're having a hard time, try those little bits out. You're going to be able to do it, but again, the key thing is going to be timing. If you see that person is sitting way back, you're going to have to load them up a little bit. You're going to have to get them off of that base where they're more up on their knees so you can get them to sweep. And then also, remember, don't pull them forward too early because then you can't slide your knee in if you pull them down too much. So that's where that hand on the same side kind of plays with their posture a little bit. So you need that. And then of course, for every action we expect a reaction. So when they're trying to move, I might time my sweep based off their movement. If they're just staying still and not moving at all, you're probably going to have a hard time sweeping them. You got to have some form of reaction. That's when the sweep's going to happen. Awesome. Well, again, this is Professor JD Olsen. I'm here at Keishidojo Martial Arts Unleashed. You are on the Martial Arts Limited Association YouTube channel. You know what to do. You made it to the end of the video. Do me a favor, hit that like button if you like our content, you like this video at least, and go ahead and smash that subscribe button, as most of you guys who are watching our videos are not subscribers. We could really use a boost in that. I'm trying to get to 6,000 by the end of the year. For the 4,000 that have already subscribed, thank you guys so much. You're of a huge honor to me. And then finally hit that bell icon so you know the next videos coming out from all of us here at the Martial Limited Association and from Keishidojo Martial Arts Released. You guys stay safe. This is Professor JD, and I am out.